Shomer, are you married or in a?
I'm separated.
From your husband?
Yes.
And does your child live with you?
I don't have any children.
You don't?
No, I do not.
You did when I met you. What happened to the child you had when I met you?
No, I did never have a child. I've never had a kid.
All right, Mr. McClendon, how does your client wish to proceed at this time?
Judge, we're on for sentencing today. You wanted to see her drug and alcohol evaluation. I believe I filed it under a seal, but I did file it this morning with the court.
Yes, please proceed. Recommendations for sentencing, Ms. Gillette.
Judge, we started her sentencing to, she pled to count 1. You originally were going to order the 6 months underlying and 12 months probation, court cost probation fee, KBI lab fee, booking fee, may transfer to her community corrections officer. So she reports to one person. She is on community corrections on a different case, out of, Jackson County District Court. And so I believe you wanted a drug and alcohol evaluation to have her follow all of those potential recommendations as well with her community correction officer.
All right. I do confirm what you're saying, Ms. Gillette, as far as sentencing being set over to today. So I could see that evaluation. She's the young lady that works at KISA in Sedan, Montgomery County. She is the alcohol and drug. She works at an alcohol and drug evaluation facility where she also got, she works there and she gets her alcohol and drug treatment there.
I graduated, but yes.
Oh, you've graduated since I saw you last. Okay.
Well,
I have in my hands a clinical summary report from Substance Abuse Center of Kansas, Inc. Is that the same as where you work, Miss Shomer?
No, ma'am.
All right. It's not exactly a clinical summary report is not what I typically consider as a drug and alcohol evaluation.
Judge, I did receive a full, is probably 15-page report. That's what I filed with the court.
This 2-page report?
No, don't let him in. Yes.
And I have both in my file, Your Honor. If you want me to run the 14 pages that are additional upstairs, we can have a runner do that.
Well, the summary says she's been using methamphetamines as her first substance of choice since age 14 with regular use starting then too. Does the detailed report have anything different than that, Ms. Gillette?
Judge, the longer report just includes like all of the things that they talked about in her meeting, kind of the full evaluation. But the summary is about the same.
All right, Ms. Gillette, would you restate, please, your recommendations for sentencing?
Judge, her recommendation for sentencing.
No, I want your recommendations for sentencing.
Yes, it was 6 months underlying, 12 months of supervised probation, court cost probation fee, KBI lab fee, booking fee, and may transfer her supervision to community corrections. She's seeing a community corrections officer weekly. Our probation for misdemeanors usually requires monthly, so it's a little more intense if she transfers up to her community correction officer.
You're going a little bit fast. What's she on corrections for and where?
That was out of Jackson County.
That's up by Topeka, right? Past north of Topeka?
Closer to, up
north.
north.
Of Shawnee County, headed towards the Nebraska line.
Yes.
And yet she lives and works in the other end of the state, down in the southeast corner of the state.
Yes. So she's in Sedan area now.
Oh,
but she's avoiding all the people who would have been triggers for her where she lived before.
Well, all right, good. Okay, so you're recommending 6 months sentence with 12 months supervised probation. And am I understanding that you think that should be through Jackson County Corrections, even though they're up north and she's living down south and reporting down south to somebody?
She's reporting to a community corrections officer, should be reporting weekly.
Where though? How does she report weekly living in one part of the state?
I think she transferred to Chautauqua.
All right.
Montgomery, but yes.
Yeah.
Well, are you representing yourself or is your attorney representing you, ma'am?
Oh.
All
My
right,
attorney.
To my understanding, she transferred to Chautauqua County. They are out of the Montgomery County office. And so the intensive supervision out of the 14th Judicial District is who's supervising her currently. And she had to complete inpatient treatment as part of their program. And then she has continued to stay there near Kissa and work there as like a peer model person. So she's continuing to do her own treatment and help others. And I was aware that she's already done her inpatient for her felony case that she had. So,
Jackson County. What's her Jackson County felony for?
Her journal entry of sentencing's from July 25th of 2025, and it was for methamphetamine.
And she was living up in the northern part of the state, then the northern boundaries, and now she's living down in the southern boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
She's living in a treatment facility for which she is employed. She's shaking her head no. All right, if that's your recommendation, you said no fine, Ms. Gillette. There is a fine. There has to be a fine.
She pled to count one, which was possession.
The marijuana. Okay, no, she didn't have a DUI. Okay,
Possession of marijuana.
but you don't recommend any fine for it.
No.
Okay,
She would have court costs, probation fee, KBI lab, booking fee, attorney's fees as you direct. And since she's doing, I believe, Senate Bill 123, she's in intensive supervision already. So,
all right. So Ms. Gillette, with what we know about her history and what we know about her in this case, and what I'm hearing about her in Jackson County, your recommendation is what again? You're not recommending she do any time.
6 months underlying with 12 months of supervision that can be transferred with her community corrections.
All right, so you're recommending that she not serve any time unless she violates her corrections. Is that it? And
That's correct.
And your recommendation is her corrections be for 12 months.
Yes.
Concurrent with her Jackson County, even though she's living in Chautauqua. All right, Mr. McClendon, straighten this out for me. Who is she reporting to? Is it Jackson County or is it Chautauqua County?
Judge, from what I believe she's reporting to Montgomery County.
Montgomery County, and that's on a
Essentially, Montgomery County is like the 13th, in which people from Elk County and Greenwood County report from Butler. So that's where it's the same.
All right, but you believe, is that a courtesy supervision, or did she have charges in Montgomery County?
That's a courtesy supervision, Your Honor.
All right, and what are your recommendations, or are they the same as Ms. Gillette's?
They'd be the same as Ms. Gillette's. 6 months underlying, 12 months probation, standard fines. This did start as a bids case, so that would have to be that language would be said, Your Honor.
And what are your attorney fees to date?
$948 before this hearing, Your Honor.
Okay. No. All right, and where does your client work? Is it at the Substance Abuse Center? Is that her employer?
It's Kissa, which is somewhat of the same. It's more of a sober living home, from what I recall.
Did we ever figure out what KISSA stands for? She said it stand for something, amen, but yet I remember the owners of it saying they put their names together to get KISSA. Do you know what it means?
I don't, Your Honor. Okay,
and it may have absolutely no relevance, but I just thought it was interesting that I'm getting conflicting reports. All right, so let's take a little bit review of this. Is Ms. Schaumer married? She's not, is she?
I don't believe so, Your Honor, but I'd have to defer to her.
Schaumer, are you married or in
I'm separated.
from your husband?
Yes.
And does your child live with you?
I don't have any children.
You don't.
No, I do not.
You did when I met you. What happened to the child you had when I met you?
No, I did never have a child. I've never had a kid.
All right. You never had any children. And how long have you been on corrections?
Since July of 2025.
And that's for possession of methamphetamine.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, January 13th, 2026, at the status conference. No contest to count one marijuana after a prior conviction. No, that's count one marijuana for after the state dismissed the rest. So you pled to the marijuana and the state dismissed the remaining charges. So we are here on sentencing just for the possession of marijuana. And Ms. Gillette, you filed that as an A, as if she does have a prior misdemeanor conviction, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
She has one prior.
One prior marijuana plus the meth and whatever else you might have. All right. At this time, I am going to sentence the defendant to possession of marijuana after prior conviction, a Class A misdemeanor, to 12 months in the county jail. And I'm going to, with her history of drug use, I am going to order a fine. How much do they pay you at Kissa? What's your income from there?
I might make $12 an hour.
Well, how much do you make a month?
Probably 1,500.
And do they pay your rent? Is that part of your
No, they do not.
What do you pay for rent?
400 a month.
What other what other expenses such as utilities do you have?
I have a phone bill
And how much is it?
and $100 a month. I have car insurance. It's $130 a month.
Do you have a car?
Yes, I do.
Is it paid for in full?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else?
That I pay.
Yes.
I pay I pay my fines on my other cases.
How much per month do you pay for those?
$225.
Is that for how many cases?
2.
What counties are they out of?
Butler and Jackson.
Are you on corrections in both of those?
No, just corrections in Jackson County and misdemeanor probation in Butler County. But I also I report there once a month to Butler County.
For corrections or court services?
Court services.
And what drug treatment have you actually done? Tell me about that.
I completed inpatient treatment. I just recently started doing an outpatient in Fort County in relapse prevention. That's what the drug and alcohol evaluation recommended.
What did you do with CareArc Inc.? Was that that wasn't a treatment, or that was just medical?
It was medical.
Okay. What happened with your, you got the no driving without insurance dismissed in Lyon County, is that right?
I haven't been pulled over in Lyon County. It's been a couple of years ago.
Well, 2024, it was dismissed. Is that right?
Yeah, I got insurance on my car. That I didn't have insurance for one day because I transferred companies, so it lapsed for one day.
Well, it says they filed it on October 8th of 2024 and they dismissed till October 22nd. So you must have convinced them that you had proof of insurance because you did, in fact, what you're telling me.
I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, very good. And this unknown felony offense date of 12/30 of 24 in Jackson County, is that the meth that I'm hearing about?
I mean, I assume so. Yes, that's the one time I've been arrested in Jackson County. So
Arrested in 24 and then convicted 25 this year.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then in Jackson, you also had possession of marijuana, possession with intent to use drug paraphernalia in 25 as well. Are you acknowledging that?
Yes, ma'am.
And here's the 24 in Jackson. Started out battery, use or possession with intent to use drug paraphernalia, driving while suspended. And it looks like you ended up pleading to an amendment of possession of THC in May of 2025. Is that right? In Jackson County also?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And then here's our charge back in Greenwood. We're actually first on the list of all of those that I just went over. All right. 12 months no fine, but you will need to pay $100 bids application fee and your attorney fees, and those need to be journalized. Court costs, booking fee, and 400 KBI fee. That's quite a bit of money. And you're working on fines in other counties, it sounds like. So I'll give you time to pay that. You think you can afford to pay a 12th of that? And no, I haven't totaled it up, but I'm going to put it this way. Order you to pay a 12th of it each month, starting on the 17th day of March, and then a 12th on the 17th day each month thereafter. However, I'm also going to give your supervising officer some discretion to work with you when they look at the total of your bills and everything you're doing. As long as you're going to make a good faith. If they want to make it something different than that, I'll let them do that.
Thank you.
Sometimes do that. You're welcome. And I'm going to order that you sign up with corrections here. And again, that's standard procedure. And then if they can transfer it, I'll give them authority to transfer that so you don't have to be scattered all across the state. But I do want court services to really narrow down that you are being supervised, because I just, from what I have heard, I'm skeptical about the supervision you're getting when you live in the north border of the state and are being supervised in the southern border, or vice versa. I want probation or corrections to really look into that and make sure you're really being supervised. You will need to comply with standard conditions. There's to be absolutely no use or contact with or possession of alcohol, illegal drugs. Just standard procedure on that. And they can go over that with you. You probably already know it if you're on corrections in several counties. And follow up with any recommended treatments, if any, although it says your client, this Substance Abuse Center of Kansas, the SAC evaluation, talks about you being currently on community corrections in Jackson County. It says your community corrections is currently being revoked in Jackson County due to your current charge and positive UAs. Ms. Gillette, you read that in here?
I looked at her case before the last sentencing date in January. I haven't looked since January.
Well, this report,
I'm sorry, the positive UAs and stuff was before I went to treatment. That's why I went to treatment in October.
okay, I'm just telling you what the evaluation says. Clinical summary report. It's not even, again, it's not what I would call an evaluation. But the assessment date, it says date of assessment 2/9/26. Client is currently, and I'm quoting, client is currently on community corrections in Jackson County. Her community corrections is currently being revoked due to her current charge and positive UAs. She is also on probation in Butler County. The client has a pending charge of misdemeanor possession of marijuana from Greenwood County. She reports she has court again on 2/17/26 for this charge. And they are recommending outpatient treatment, so I will make that an order of your corrections probation in this case. And I'm not sure. Let's see what the next paragraph says. That's level 1 outpatient treatment for relapse prevention. And it looks like they've discussed several options for treatment with you. Make sure you sign any necessary consents for your probation corrections to consult with treatment and any other providers necessary. Are you in treatment right now in Fort County Mental Health Center for anything?
No, ma'am. No.
Well, this recommends, this report says client is recommended to seek mental health services.
Yes, she told me that I needed to do relapse prevention. And so I called them and they told me they would call me on Wednesday, which is tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to order that you follow that recommendation too, that you seek mental health services with Fort County Mental Health or whoever your probation officer corrections officer agrees with. The probation will be supervised by corrections in this county. Now they have authority to do, like I said, they can transfer supervision as long as they make sure it's being adequately supervised. Is there any no contacts we need to order, Miss Gillette?
I don't believe so.
No co-defendants, anything like that?
As far as I know, she's not having contact with them. She's doing,
Well, why don't you say their names so we can put them in the journal and you just
I
forget it?
don't know if she, look, Judge.
All right, well, let's just put it the way we often do. No contact with any co-defendants, no contact with anyone who uses alcohol or illegal drugs, or anybody's on supervision for that or has a record of convictions for that. Stay away from them. Because what I'm reading here is you've got a real uphill battle to fight, staying away from this meth addiction.
Judge, her co-defendant in this case was Ms. Mock, and I don't think she's having any contact with Ms. Mock anymore.
Margaret Mock.
Yes.
No contact with Margaret Mock. How about all those guys that Margaret Mock came to court with? That was a different case, unrelated to this, right?
Unrelated to this.
But they all have their issues. So stay away from any of those people that use the alcohol or illegal drugs, because they could get you caught into something so easily and undo any progress that you're trying to make. Anything else we need to address, Mr. McClendon or Miss Gillette?
No, Your Honor.
Well, I'm concerned about you, Miss Schomer, that you've apparently gotten the confidence of the county attorney that they've made these agreements with you. And so I hope you don't let them down. I do wish you the best, but as soon as this hearing's over, you need to contact our community corrections officer. Do we need to get that number for her, or do you have that?
I can get it for a judge.
All right, thank you. All right, if nothing further, we'll be in recess. Oh, and this is for, our underlying charge is 12 months, our supervision is 12 months as well. Okay, you may go, Miss Schomer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And